Hello again, welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is BGFH and I am back for kind of an update to some of my headphone videos, especially my PX22 review video. Now, under Windows 10, you may have heard me talk a little bit about in a couple of my videos that I've been having a weird audio issue where ordinarily, like, the game audio sounds perfectly fine. It works well, the headphones sound good. But what will happen is, I would say somewhere between, I would say a half an hour and an hour of recording a lot of times, sometimes a little bit longer. But sometime, inevitably, and I don't even have to be recording, I could just be playing a game. This happened to me when I was not recording and I was playing Soma and some other games in the past short while. The audio for the game just stops. And you can Alt-Tab out of the game. You can start up another audio application, like I could load a YouTube video, I could play a song, I could make Windows make a ding sound, and it would be fine. The problem is I would have to quit the game and then go back in, and then I could play it fine again. Now, I did get my audio drivers to update a little bit, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a tip. I think there were a couple of comments on the PX22 and maybe a couple of the other videos, and I really didn't know how to answer the question. But now I ran into a similar issue. So remember when I said that when you connect the PX22s, these headphones, they're stereo, it's a stereo headset, and it has the little EQ box, the little amplifier box where you can control everything. And what happens is you plug in, like I'm using the front of my desktop tower, so I have 4 USB slots on the front of my tower, and then I have the standard headphone microphone jack 3.5-inch jacks on the front of my tower. These headphones, when you're connecting them to your PC, the ideal situation is that you want to connect them to your USB first. That'll get it some power. You'll get some audio, and you'll have audio, but it'll sound kind of like crap. There won't be, like, not all of the knobs on your little EQ box will work, and you're not really going to get any range whatsoever. You're not really going to get any, like, depth in sound. No bass, not really any highs. It's just flat middle. Doesn't sound very good. So then you plug your headphone jack in, your 3.5-inch headphone jack. Then, if all goes well, like it did for me before, you should now have full access to your little amplifier box, and the audio should sound a lot better. Now, I am using the internal Realtek drivers, Realtek sound card right now, and up until today when I was playing with the drivers to try to fix my other audio issue, I think I ran into some of the issues that some of you guys were having. So people say that, like, oh, I'm not able to get any sound when I select the Realtek drivers. Well, upon updating the drivers, that actually happened to me too. So about a half hour of troubleshooting and playing around, here's what I figured out. So I have 3 windows open here. I have my Realtek Audio Manager, which you're going to want to have installed, because seems to be a missing link to our solution. I have my Device Manager over here on the left, and then I have my playback devices. If you go down to your system tray and you right-click on your little headphone or your little audio devices thing down there, you right-click and go to playback devices, this comes up. Now, what you should ideally have, you should have whatever your sound card is. It could be Realtek, it could be something else, could be Intel, could be whatever. And then you also have a Turtle Beach. Now, if you right-click on the Turtle Beach one of your options will be set as default recording device. That is fine, because it's going to use the USB part, and that will let you actually use the microphone on your headset, and you set that as your default recording device. So then, if you're doing video recording, audio recording, Skype calls, that should work. Now, you right-click on the Realtek device, and you can either you probably want to click on the test button first just to see if you have any audio. And if you do, go ahead and right click it again and say set as default playback device. If you don't hear any audio, like I did when I just updated my drivers, here's what you might have to do, because I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, why, if this device worked 5 minutes ago, now I updated drivers and now I can't get it to play back? So now I switch back to my Realtek Realtek Audio Manager. And basically what you do is you go down to the bottom here and it tells you like your front connections, your rear connections, and right now I am using my front, and if you were to click on that, it brings up a dialog box and it tells you, oh okay, and it recognizes I have headphones. Now what I found is that when I clicked on it the first time, that was not checked. The radio button there was not checked. So I clicked it, and I click next. I choose what type of device I have. I have one of those. Okay. Now, I should be able to hear sound. Now, and then you also can set, once you do hear sound, you can click this set as default audio device, or you can go back to your device manager, and you can do it. So let's open Internet Explorer here, and we'll just go to my channel here. And we'll just play some kind of a video here. Oh, sorry. Alrighty, we'll go to that, and we'll play my Tony Hawk video, sure. Hello again, welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is BGFH, and we have audio. And I am back for, I guess, take 2 of... So that is the video I also just uploaded this weekend. So, normally, you shouldn't have to do all of this other shenanigans. Like, you plug in your USB cord, and then you plug in your 3.5-inch audio cord, and it should work. However, in the event that you do not get that to work when you plug both in and you're not getting full functionality, or you do like I did and try to update your drivers to fix a different issue, you may in fact encounter what I just did here. So again, go to your Realtek Manager, click on your little front thing, make sure that your headphones are checked, and just hit next. Choose like your big old headphones that you would have. Click OK, and hopefully all should be right with the world, and you should have working audio once again. I was getting kind of worried there because at first I actually tried to roll back the driver, and even rolling back the driver didn't quite work, and I actually found that I had to, once I rolled back, I was getting the kind of crappy basic sound from the USB portion of the PX22s, and then I went back in here, and I went click, oh, that's not checked. The headphones are not checked again for some reason, so I checked them, life was good, and I said, you know what, let's tempt fate one more time, reinstall or re-update the drivers to the latest ones that it found, and then I went down here and clicked it again, activated, and knock on wood, but life seems to be good again. I seem to have working audio. Now I have not, since I just did this, I haven't used the new drivers for any extent of time, so I don't know if my other problem of my game audio just mysteriously quitting. I hope that this different driver fixes that, because that gets really kind of obnoxious, but that's a whole other topic in itself. But I figured, since I did have a couple of questions early on and I really didn't know how to answer them because I didn't have that issue, but now that I sort of did, hopefully this should give you guys kind of a couple more things to try for that. So, hope you guys found it helpful. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79. Like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again later.